Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to my channel, Danny Shay. And I haven't figured out yet the last part of that. Psychic medium, galactic tarot. I don't know. Right now, it's just Danny Shay. And every time I change something, like I changed the Venmo name, and it goes and it changes the Google name. So, you know how you have that @ Danny Shay? Well, now it's @ Danny Shay Tarot. All right. We'll figure this out. Mercury retrograde is gone. Although there's something in the stars that keep bringing things back to us. It doesn't feel like it's really gone for me. Anyway, I want to take a look at a couple of things this week. I want to look at the energies of the week. And then a couple of, whoa, that card flew out. Let's look at these two. I also want to look at some of the things that popped up into my news feed. Mr. Pumpkinhead was constantly in my news feed. And so I want to look at him and his energy towards the end of the video. I want to look at New Hampshire a little bit, because, and that'll be at the end of the news, at the end of the video as well. I called myself a news feed. No. I do want to look at the state of news, though. The LA Times had a journalist, well, the union, the guild, actually had a walkout for the first time in like 100 years or something, because the LA Times is going to let go a bunch of journalists. So I want to look at the state of journalism, and I may even look at India, because they popped up on the news feed. They put a Hindu temple on top of a mosque. And it's like, really? So now everybody's kind of up in arms. But then when I looked at the history of that whole thing, what we do in the name of religion, it's unbelievable. These guys here, I just heard them going, yeah, you guys, let that stuff go. That's what they said. Let that religious stuff go. Too many wars, too much fighting over the name of peace and love. That's what they said through me. All right, the two cards that flew out. Okay, so we got the Page of Pentacles. This is, so Page energies are newer energies that are just starting off on this project. It's somewhat thought out, because we had, being in the Court card, we had this whole group of minor arcana cards from the Ace to the 10 to get these ideas all flushed out. They finally have the idea in the page, and they're going, let's go with this. Let's go with this new project. However, it isn't really flushed out. There's going to be some mistakes. And as you can see by this card here, it looks like this page is swinging from some vines. Interesting that we just watched Tarzan the other day for as little as we could stand to watch it. So much violence. So this page's feet are not really on the ground, not very well grounded. So with this new path, this new project, somebody's feet, it's not really settled. And then we have the Four of Cups, the loss. This is also, this doesn't, in other decks, it would be a cup coming out of a cloud, something where you're not you're being presented with something. You're not looking at an opportunity. You're crying over 3 spilled milk. Hey, look, the glasses are the same. How about that? As I drink out of one. It's raining like crazy down here. All right. So there's an opportunity that is being presented that we're not looking at. We're more focused on swinging from vines, not being grounded. And that's certainly true looking at all the news feeds that we had last week, last weekend, trying to watch a football game, go Chiefs, and Trump keeps popping up. It's crazy. All right, so let's take a look at the whole energy for the week as let's just see what we should get out of it, because I feel like there's a grounding as with these 2 cards that we really need to pay attention to. It's going to be really easy for us to go into the stratosphere and to get a little crazy. So being grounded is something that I think is important. Okay, yeah. So here's what I get. 6 cards. I pulled the 10 of Pentacles, being challenged or being covered by the Emperor. So we have this money element in it that is how do I phrase this? That there's a money element that is like the overriding theme for this week, and we need to kind of rise above it a little bit. It's not all about the money. Here I have the Page of Wands at the base. So this is more information. It could get a little hot with some of the information that's coming out that we're going to go, what? What? And maybe this is some of the trials, some of the news feeds that we hear. In the past, we have the 10 of Swords. This is being stabbed in the back. This could be Supreme Court coming out. This is kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe that Chevron case. I haven't really looked at that. But yeah, something's, but that's in the past, being stabbed in the back. And at the top of the reading is the 2 of Pentacles. This is, so we had the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. This feels like it is the balance of those 2 page energies with the 2 of Pentacles, balancing these projects. Also balancing finances too. Go to your higher self or money. What do we do? What do we do? And the potential near future, what do we do? Take a time out. Hanged Man. It's interesting too, because this Hanged Man looks like he fell from his upside down perch. And it looks like he cracked his skull and gold is falling out. So with these energies, we have the Emperor and the Hanged Man, both really, really powerful major arcanas. Which one do you want to be? And that's what I get with this. Do we want to stay in the higher realm energy, or do we want to stay in the suspension energy where we actually fell and cracked our head open? Pay attention to the energy we want to live in. All right. Let's see what I have. let's take a look at the Middle East, the U.S. and the Middle East. So, and I'm going to add India on there too, because it seems like Pakistan and is there's a lot of just a lot of angst in that area. The U.S. is putting more weapons, throwing more bombs at the Houthis. Let's just take a look. Are we getting into something that we're going to regret in the future? I'm feeling right now that the administration, the Biden administration, is regretting the support that they threw behind Israel, to the extent of Israel is taking advantage. So, is the U.S. getting involved in the Middle East in a way that is going to bite us? It's going to harm us. The U.S. getting involved in the Middle East. Uh-oh. Did I cuss? I think I did. Not great cards. The U.S. We're kind of insulated here a little bit with this Nine of Pentacles, yes? We hear little things, bits and pieces from our intuition, and I look at the bird that has the cowling over its eyes, and we're all protected in our wealth, in our little garden, listening to things we're not seeing. We're not seeing the big picture. Yeah, we're getting in trouble here. There's going to be some judgment. We have the Three of Hearts at the Three of Swords at the base, heartbreak. In the past is our role as Emperor. At the top of the reading, we have loss. And this is also my moral compass loss. If they want to find the higher purpose, they can go into church. They can get warm. But this is also a loss of money because it's Pentacles. And it's a loss of just not doing the right thing. Potential near future, we're going to get ourselves tied up because we're creating these scenarios where we're not going to be able to get out of it very easily. Let me keep going with this because this is scary to me. Is it like a war thing? See, this is scary to me. Hopes and fears. Yeah. Final outcome. Oh. Let me drop it down. Oh, I can't. I've got my camera up on a different setup. I've got microphones on a different thing. We're going to see how all that works. Potential near future. I mean, the internal card, the internal influences of us getting involved in the Middle East like we've done, throwing money at Israel to defend themselves. I'm not saying that was wrong so much, but it's getting out of control with what Israel's doing to the Palestinians. And now they're saying, we're not going to have a two-state solution. We're not going to let the Palestinians. I go, what? It's the Hamas that you had the issue with, but who's paying for it? I mean, it's a way above my pay grade to see who's right or wrong with this. I'm for peace. I don't like these weapons of mass destruction. Anyway, we're tying ourselves up internally. This Page of Cups again. We're trying to bring calming energy. This is a young energy. We're making mistakes. We're not seeing things through. External influences is the High Priestess. There's things that are going on that we do not understand. This is a psychic thing. This is above what we're seeing in the 3D world. It's higher energy that we're not aware of what's going on. You already saw it. That's my what the hell's going on card. I'm scared. Yeah. And so what is going on? Let me put a positive spin on this. A new beginning. Because we have a new way of thinking, a new higher order of thinking. I like this card with the Five of Pentacles because maybe it says, hey, we got some hope. But there's still going to be this verbal altercation with it that is, that people are still going to be going back and forth with this, especially during flipping into politics, the election cycle. You're going to have lower level energies competing with higher level energies, and they're going to be throwing barbs back and forth. Does the higher level energy sink to the lower level energy to throw barbs? No. Who gets the loudest noise? The barb. No offense to you barbs out there, you Barbaras out there. Let me dig into this a little bit more, because the Death card, the New Beginnings card, it scared me. Luckily, we had the higher order, the Hierophant, clarifying with a lot of battling now. So talk to me about so I'm asking my higher self, asking my guides, talk to me about what this Death, Hierophant, and Five of Wands card mean for the U.S. in the Middle East. What does it mean? What I heard when I was asking that question was it means the U.S. is going to stop supporting, take the higher road, and that is going to cause a lot of verbal back and forth. What does the 13 card, I don't want to keep saying that, the New Beginning, I do want to say that, the ending of one kingly cycle, because the horse was stepping on the king, for entertainment only. Staying higher. What does that Death card mean? Hierophant. Five of Wands mean. 6 cards. Quickly. New beginning. New way of looking at things. Okay. Makes sense so far. Okay, we're all good. Thank you. We're good. Okay, let's move on to another question. New beginning. It's kind of going to beat us over the head. Boom. Really, Danny? Why would you say that would beat us over the head? Oh, that's why you would say it would beat us over the head. The tower moment. The foundations crumbling, lightning hitting, people falling out of the sky. You can certainly see that we might have enough of it. At the base of the reading is the Ten of Cups. We want like this. What is our wish? What is our intention? We will get it. Behind us is the family money, the Ten of Pentacles as it relates. We have a lot of money in the U.S. to give to these energies that create tower moments. The top of the reading, we are moving away to calmer waters. This is interesting for me because in this card, there is somebody that either asked for help or offered help or gave a better path forward. So did the woman and child say, hey, hey, Captain, can you get us out of here? Look at all these swords. 6 of them. That was from the 9 of swords. That was all from the being surrounded. And can you take some of those swords and can we get out of here? And yeah. So was it her asking or was it him saying, let's move on? Could be him saying, let's move on because we have the Knight of Swords. This is a fast-moving knight that's bringing forth some new action. New action in the Middle East. So it could end up with some, I'm going to keep going because right now it's just like something new is going to happen. So we had the Death, Hierophant, and the battling. And here we have the new beginnings. That card is that new beginning with the Tower moment. So it feels like it's just going to keep getting worse, but we are going to move to a calmer place. Okay, 3 more cards. U.S., are we going to get out of the Middle East? Are we going to stop mucking with the Middle East? That was an M. Are we going to stop mucking around with the Middle East? Are we going to find a way to have peace in the Middle East? 3 cards. Battle. Temperance. Taken. Yeah, okay. This is still the battle. We're still in that war of words. We are going to bring balance to it. That's the goal. I think we're going to take some weapons out of the Middle East. I think we're going to stop giving them weapons. 23 minutes, and that was it? Spent 23 minutes on that whole thing? Yikes. All right. So let's look into 23, 30. Let's look into New Hampshire. New Hampshire. And then I'm going to look at Trump's health. So I'm not getting to India today. New Hampshire. I want to look at why Biden, if that was a good choice for Biden not to be on the New Hampshire ballot. So the reason he did that, did not put his name in there, is because he wanted, or the DNC, Democratic National Party, said we need to be more inclusive, so we're going to have the first primary in another state besides New Hampshire. I can't remember which state it is now. So he didn't put his name on there. New Hampshire said, screw you, we've always been first. We are going to be first. So they are the first one. Iowa was a caucus. This is a primary. So the Democrats that are in the primary in New Hampshire are Marianne Williamson and who's that other knucklehead? Dean Phillips. So is that going to pump them up a little bit? It was interesting when I did some research on Marianne Williamson. The article that I was reading that got me to do this reading said she's a self-help guru. I go, that just sounded to me like kind of a little slap. Here she's trying to be, she's running for the President of the United States, and she says she's a self-help guru. And nothing against self-help gurus. I kind of like them. But will the U.S. like that term? No. They're thinking, no. I hear my Republican hillbilly brother going, oh, hell no. But what Marianne Williamson calls herself, best-selling author, political activist, spiritual thought leader, well, we could use some of that in here. She funded Project Angel Food, a non-profit organization that's delivered more than 16 million meals to ill and dying homebound patients since '89. It kind of started with the AIDS epidemic. She co-founded the Peace Alliance and supports the creation of a U.S. Department of Peace. Hell yeah, that's powerful. She says, our deepest fear is that we are beyond, our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It's huge. Dean Phillips, he's an American businessman. Money, and a politician. Okay, we'll see how that works. Will this hurt Joe Biden moving into, will this raise Marianne or Dean's? What's the question here? Do I have a question? He didn't. What is so about Biden not being in New Hampshire? It's really not going to hurt him because he is going to be, a lot of people are writing in. When it comes time to vote, he will get the votes. That's what I'm hearing. Biden not being in New Hampshire on the primary. Ooh. Maybe it's going to hurt him more than he knows. That's a lot of ows. That's 10 ows. Ooh, it's covered by judgment. 10 of Swords. He did this to himself. He's going to be judged a little harshly for it. Okay, but he's balancing himself out with Temperance. Ace of Swords. Okay. It's going to be okay. All right, this is my Democratic card. It's going to be okay, 10 of Cups. But he is going to have to fight a little harder than he normally would. He created a little bit of a 10 of Swords moment where he really didn't need to. Will this move help create more diversity in the party. I don't even know what that means. Will his move create more diversity in the party? I really don't know what that means. I mean, he has a woman of color as his vice president. Will his move create more diversity? Okay. All right. Uh-huh. So he thought. That's no good. That's no good. So, you know what we talked about pages before? Page of Cups and a Page of Pentacles. So the page is trying to bring a warm, fuzzy feeling with the Page of Cups. He's the King of Cups. Page of Cups, young energy with a new project. Let's have our first primary in another state that is more diverse. Yeah, it's going to backfire on him kind of big time. He's back to the drawing board again. He's looking at the Seven of Pentacles, this project that he threw out and said, okay, well, that didn't do what I intended it to do. So now he's back to how do I get these people to come in? So he's back to the drawing board. I don't think it helped him. All right. Let's 32. Let's take a look at Mr. Pumpkinhead. I want to look at his health. I want to look at Pumpkinhead's health. Should I use a chakra feather? Or should I not dirty it? I probably shouldn't dirty it. For those of you who don't know, I would use this one. Chakra feather. Thank you. Imology and Marie. That was my first one. Then she gave me an upgraded one. This is mine. Trump doesn't get on this one. All right. Let's look at the health. Six of Pentacles. Health. Just pulled 6. It's got 3 major arcanas. Death card was not one of them, but that is not good. Giving and receiving. He's got a lot of things coming up where he's going to be giving money away to people who he doesn't really want to give money away to. Is that the heartbreak? I asked about the health of it, though. So when I pulled this first, this was all about, for me, the pills he's taking, giving and receiving pills back and forth. For his heart, he's got the Knight of Cups at the base. This is like, is it the Knight in shining armor or is it the false knight? Health-wise, I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. And the past as it relates is the Hierophant, the higher order of things. With the Hierophant in the past, you can't get around what the higher order is going to dictate what is going on in the future. And or at the top of the reading is judgment and balance. He's not a balanced guy, but I'm getting a sense that he's going to have heart issues that will balance him out. Let's just keep going with this. See where we go. Horse. Does it surprise me? He's got a lot of new beginnings coming up. Internal influences. Does it surprise me who he is? So, talking health-wise, though, it's the addiction card. And then we have the Knight of Swords, charging in, trying to fix something. Trying to fix something? Trying to fix an addiction? The Hopes and Fears, it's a good card. I got that card a couple of times in that same position. Our Hopes and Fears, he's up at night besides texting, but there's something new coming his way that he is not really ready for. It's brand new, coming out of the clouds. Clarifying. Ten of Swords. It's going to stab him in the back. And it's going to give him a new truth. Let me try to see what this new truth is. What is the new truth in regards to Trump's health? What is this new truth coming in regards to Trump's health? So I'm switching decks. This is my Los Garibo deck. This is the King of Pentacles. This is Trump. So I have a couple of different cards for Trump. One, because he's so addicted to things, and he thinks he's the king of money. He does. And when I was thinking about pulling the three cards, when I looked at this Judgment card, I go, because of all the lawsuits that are coming out, is that judgment going to cause a heart issue or money? And we talked about it with the Six of Pentacles too. So, Ten of Pentacles, this is the Trump org. So the question was, what is this new beginning it's going to make him a little hermit? What is this new beginning coming that is going to be a new project that's because he's been stabbed in the back? It's going to give him a new truth. What is that new truth? What is the new truth, King of Pentacles and Trump org? You may be left out in the cold. Now, the Hermit is solitary, and it is taking an inner look, shining the light on things, shining a light on the money issue. Look how many dead and dying discolored pentacles there are on this Seven of Pentacles. And so normally with Seven of Pentacles, you're reviewing, you're spinning them, you're growing, you're managing. It's hard to manage this when you only have one golden pentacle on the ground. What's this new truth? It's legal. It's a legal issue with the King of Swords. Somebody's going to be celebrating. Some women. It's going to cause more confusion, but it is going to bring some balance to this, as we got with the Temperance card. All right. All right. Thank you for watching. Peace and love.